today we're going to be talking about friendship and specifically why our friendships are so important and why we tend to deprioritize them anyway. And for a lot of us, it's because we're busy, right? We may or may not have partners, we have careers, we are a pet parent, we are a plant mama, and in between working and being there for our romantic partners and just living life, right? Things get really busy and friends become an afterthought. And why is that, right? Why do our friends become an afterthought when studies show that friendship is one of the highest predictors of whether you're going to have a good quality of life, right? So if nurturing your friendships are a form of self-care, why aren't we engaging in that more? And I think it's because society tells us that friendships aren't the biggest priority in our lives, right? If you have a partner and if you have children, if you have immediate family, that is considered your circle. That is considered the people who are supposed to be the nearest and dearest to you. But over the last couple of years, I've really challenged myself to think about and rethink about the kind of relationships that I want and the kind of relationships that I would like to prioritize. And this is not saying that partners and children are important, but where do friends fit in, right? Especially as women, we really need our friends to show up for us in ways that our partners and our children and our parents probably can't. And think about it. When is the last time you prioritize your friend the same way you did a romantic partner? And let's keep it real. We know plenty of people, and I've been guilty of doing this myself from time to time, where we will do anything a romantic partner asks us to without question. When it comes to our friends, it's like, ooh, boundaries. Ooh, I can't do this for you. Why is that, right? Why is that we can look at a romantic relationship and say, hey, part of being in this relationship is doing things that I may not want to do, but we don't have that same kind of thinking when it comes to our friendships. And I get it. When it comes to friends, a lot of times we have this I'll see you when I see you mentality, low maintenance friend. I'm super busy right now, so I really don't have time for these things. But friendships are really important. There are something that we need to put in the work to have and to nurture. And when I say put it in the work, people take that as some like really hard thing. But I don't feel like putting in the work always has to be hard or not enjoyable, because to be honest, if you really want to have the friends that are there for you, show up for you for things big and small, good and bad, you have to emulate that same behavior. And I'll give you an example. So one of my best friends, she has 2 kids. They're my god babies. And a few months ago, she asked me to babysit her kids once a week while she went off to business school. Now, in order for me to do that, I would have to log off of work early, leave my house an hour earlier than expected to be rush hour traffic, help her get the kitties settled, feed them, log back into work for a couple of hours, and then play with my very energetic, very lovely goddaughter who's 4 years old for 6 to 7 hours until she came back home. Also random, like, how do toddlers have so much damn energy? Like, I don't understand. So I did this every week for, let's say, 2.5 months. Now, I know some of y'all are thinking, oh my God, I can't do that. Oh my God, no, we're all working stressful jobs. Why doesn't she get a babysitter? And those are valid. But also, I'm not a parent, but if you're a parent or you've been around parents, you know that they are very particular around who they have around their children, especially when it comes to babysitting. So to me, I took it as an honor that she trusted me to help her take care of the kids while she was off in school. It required me to reshuffle things in my schedule. It required me to work a little bit later once a week. But guess what? That is part and parcel of the game. That is part of being a friend. I am not going to die if I have to rearrange my schedule once a week for a couple of months. And guess what? Everything turned out to be okay. I got to spend time with my godchildren, and she got to have some time away from the house to concentrate on like getting her degree, which I'm super proud of her for doing. That's part of what I've learned about being a really good friend and showing up for people. To me, that is the secret sauce to building a community that you really love and you want and you cherish. Building a friend group that you're super grateful for is being there for people in moments like that, big and small. It could be something simple as, hey, I'm running errands and I saw this really pretty item and it made me think about you. And you just text it to that person. And I think a lot of times we don't think about the small and big ways that we can really be there for folks and solidify our friendships. And it's a lot easier than we think sometimes. And I'll give you another example with my same friend who is in business school. So 2 years ago, I had COVID. And y'all, I was down bad. Like, I was exhausted to the point of, I wasn't able to get up out of bed. I didn't shower for a few days. That sounds gross, but it is what it is. I was so exhausted. Doing anything took me so long to do. It was almost to the point of it being painful. This very same friend, mind you, she's married with 2 kids and she's an engineer, so she works a very stressful job. She came to my house unprompted with 7 days worth of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm gonna say that one more time for the people in the back. She came to my house unprompted with 7 days worth of breakfast, lunch, and dinner because she knew that I was too exhausted to do anything. Would she have been less of a friend if she did not bring me food? No, of course. This is a friend I've known for a very long time. We've had a very long history together. But the fact that she did that, honestly, it warmed my heart. It took me 3 weeks to get back to like 60% of my normal energy level. And without her doing that, I most likely would have starved. Like, seriously would have starved. That is what friendship looks like. It looks like showing up for people. It looks like doing things for you that are not always convenient. It's doing things that bring your friends joy. And I want to preface by saying that because this is the internet, and I always feel like I have to preface these things, I am talking about 2 emotionally healthy people in a mutually beneficial relationship. I am not talking about leeches. I am not talking about friends who constantly have negative things to say about you. And I am not talking about folks who expect you to drop everything every time they need a favor. This is all in context of 2 healthy people in a healthy friendship. Stay tuned because next week I am going to be taking some of my own advice and applying what I've learned about friendships and being a good friend to rebuilding my network in an entirely different city. So you'll want to stay tuned and come back to my channel next week for that. Until then, let me know in the comments below, what are some ways that you have prioritized your friendships or let them by the wayside? And there are no right or wrong answers here. We are all human. As I like to say, we all play the villain and the victim. I'm going to link in the description below a few of my favorite resources that I've used to understand friendships better, including a really, really amazing podcast that I love on female friendship linked below. So until next week, see you then and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.